guys are all well. Happy almost June. I can't believe it's almost June. It's almost time to try to stay cool out. And this summer I'm not going to be worrying about that as much, I think, because I'm deciding to invest more time in my accessory game rather than my clothing game. And that is because I don't know, the older I get, the more I realize like I don't need more clothes. I can figure out a way to maneuver my current wardrobe into a way that I like more. Maybe that means like taking things into my own hands and sewing certain things onto clothes or DIYing something or simply just re-wearing something I haven't worn in a really long time. That's how I'm trying to be this summer. We'll see how that goes. Um, but I do want to prioritize buying. Maybe. When I say buying, I mean that very lightly, but thinking about buying more accessories rather than clothing. Because accessories are really what make your style your style. It's the little details at the end of the day that really make you stand out. So I compiled a little list of some accessories I want to kind of stay more aware of. And this is coming from someone who doesn't really accessorize that much. And I'm happy with that, but I do feel like I'm missing some things in my wardrobe that could really just make my outfits be better. So let's get into it. I mentioned some things in my last video, such as bonnets and whatnot, that I'm not going to go over again. So if you want to check that out, it'll be linked below. But another thing I have talked about a few times now, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that is prize ribbons and badges. And I know a lot of girls have been talking about these. They're just simply adorable, and I just love how unique they are, but they're just so easy to wear. You can put them on anything. You can put them on bags. You can put them on your shirt, your jacket, your hat. I think they would be absolutely adorable styled on a pair of knee length or higher length socks, like on the side. That would be so cute. Just really, they can be so playful and fun. They're really just kind of silly, quirky badges. My favorite ones I've found have been vintage from like horse shows. So if you're looking for some, maybe try that on like Etsy and eBay. But yeah, they're just simply adorable, and I think the styling options are just quite endless. I don't wear a ton of jewelry, but I have been more into the mixed metals. It's taken me a while to get here because think when we first saw like the mixed metals trend, it was just chunky jewelry, and I don't know, I used to really like chunky jewelry when I was younger, but I've definitely become more of a dainty jewelry girl. And I love both silver and gold now. I used to only like silver, but I'm totally okay with wearing both silver and gold. I think it's so fun. Right now, I'm wearing these cutie gold hoops that are actually from OBY, who is so kindly partnering with me for this video. OBY is a timeless French inspired jewelry brand, blending lab grown diamonds and recycled silver to create chic, everyday jewelry for any occasion. Not only does OBY use numerous recycled materials, but their lab-grown diamonds are also SCS certified, meaning they adhere to the highest sustainability standards. I love OBY for this reason and just their commitment to sustainability. It's so amazing to see a jewelry company being so sustainable and also transparent. We do not see this very often. And with every purchase, they continue to plant mangroves in Kenya, which has so many benefits to local communities as well as our climate at large. The first pair of earrings I picked were these lovely gold hoops with lab-grown emeralds. I love an emerald. These are actually my first pair of earrings with emeralds, so I definitely think I'm going to wear these a bunch. I love a huggy hoop too. They're so comfortable, and these come in 3 different sizes, so I think it'd be super cute to wear them as a set or also mix and match. The second pair of earrings I picked out were these adorable teardrop earrings. I don't have anything like this, and again, I think it'd be so fun to mix and match gold or silver with these, and these are just such a great pair of earrings to be dressed up or down. OUI definitely has something for everyone, even for someone like me who doesn't have a strong sense of aesthetic when it comes to jewelry. As you see, I picked out 2 completely different styles of earrings, and I love them both. I think they're going to be so fun to mix and match with. And yeah, go check out OBY if you're looking for gifts or if you're just wanting to treat yourself. You can use my code Claire for 25% off your next purchase, and you can use the links in the description box to check out the earrings I picked. Thank you, OBY. My next accessory is carabiners. This is something that is kind of interesting because I feel like it's very rare that we see. Actually, maybe I take this back. I was gonna say it's really rare for us to see menswear trickled into women's wear, but that's not really true. But menswear just doesn't have a lot going on. So whenever something does trickle from menswear to women's wear, it seems more relevant, I guess. Um, I don't know, but carabiners I feel is an example of that. I feel like the ladies are starting to wear them more, and I think they're really, really cute. I would love to see them like on skirts and dresses. I think that'd be so cute. Just get like feminine with it because they are more of like masculine accessory, even though like it's a carabiner. Like, what do you mean? But I've been loving seeing girls just kind of dress them up and do their own things with them. I think they could be really cute. They don't have to be on a bag. I think they look really cute in a belt loop. But yeah, I think these are just fun. There's definitely something different, and I think you could really get fun with the placement of it and just the combinations of maybe keychains or just the color combination of things you have on the carabiner. Kind of similar to this is the idea of wearing charms that maybe would probably be placed on a bag, and just placing them on somewhere that's not a bag. Example I love of this is having a little charm placed on the zipper of your jacket or whatever. I think that is simply adorable, and it shouldn't, really get in the way of the comfort of the jacket. There's so many ways you could add little charms to your outfits, and I think this is really sweet. And again, just a nice way to use your bag charms in a way that's maybe not as basic. Not to say bag charms are basic, but it is a bummer how oversaturated they've become. I really think we should bring back the removable collar. I don't know if there are any brands really making these anymore. Probably. I'm sure like on Etsy and stuff people are still making them. But removable collars were definitely bigger back in the day. I think they're quite cute. I love the idea of putting a removable collar, something like frilly and random, on top of a t-shirt. And just that juxtaposition I think would be so fun to play around with. And I think they're just an accessory that could really have a comeback. I don't think they will have a comeback, but there's potential. I think they're really quite sweet. Another thing that should make a comeback, ankle bracelets. I have not put an ankle bracelet on probably since 2011, maybe. Um, yeah, and there's good reason for that too. I remember them being so annoying sometimes, and I would wear like the ones that were like handmade from like yarn, so they would get really really disgusting after like a day at the pool, which you best believe that's where I was wearing them because it's an ankle bracelet. That's my memory. I had like it was gross. Just the ankle bracelet in middle school was gross. Um, but when I say ankle bracelet now, I mean something a lot more refined, a lot more chic. I love the examples I found. One of them has a watch on your ankle, and I think that's so fun, so silly. And I think the shoes that are trending right now, such as ballet flats they're such a flattering silhouette on the foot and the ankle that I think an ankle bracelet would really look nicely on when you're wearing a flat. I don't know. I'll have to test it out. Bandanas. I probably have mentioned this numerous times as well, but bandanas, you can do so much more with them than just wear them on your head. One thing I'm really wanting to do with a bandana is kind of create like a little sailor collar silhouette with it. So basically, create like a detachable collar, except it's a sailor collar because that's just really easy to do with a bandana. And then to kind of maybe hold it in place, like find a little charm or a cute little pin or clip and tie it there. I'll try to find an example, but I think that'd be something really fun and different to do with a bandana. And they're just so practical for summer. You can put them on your neck, you can put them on your bag, your hair, like there's just endless things, really. I know I mentioned how bag charms are kind of basic, but I do like the idea of putting a little pouch or smaller bag, if you will, on your bag. I think that's cute. I know designer brands have done this. I think there's like Miu Miu. Miu Miu has done this. They've created little pouches that you can wear as a charm on your bag, which I think is really cute. But I think finding more like personal crafty pouches would be more fun. And I also like the idea of putting pouches on like your belts. If you can find like small enough ones. I don't know. I think pouches are cute and they're also really practical. But yeah, start putting pouches on the outside of your bag to carry like coins and stuff. Like that's so cute. Last but not least, a funky hair clip. And when I say funky hair clip, I mean like the hair clip that's a little crusty, it's maybe chipped a little bit, that you got at Claire's in 2009 and you just kept onto it because it holds some nostalgic value and it's kind of ugly, but there's like it's kind of cute at the same time. And maybe doesn't hold much hair in the clip because it's made for like a 2-year old, but you're still holding on to it because there's something to it and it's unique. You can't find it again. That's what I mean when I say a funky hair clip. There are so many unique hair clips out there. Like I was just when I was making this, I was thinking of my grandma's hair clips that I would go through when she was braiding my hair when I was younger. And I'm like, I really hope she still has them because I need to go through that drawer again. Like I remember there being some really cool hair clips. Maybe that was maybe that's just what I thought they were. Maybe I just thought they were cool back then, but I'm pretty sure I would still think they're cool now. Anyways, hair clips are the best. Anyone can rock a hair clip. It doesn't matter how long your hair is, unless you're bald. That's a little bit of an issue, but maybe get like some hair glue. Like why not? Yeah, I love a hair clip. You really just you can't go wrong. So that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to use my code Claire for 25% off your next OBY purchase. And yeah, that's all I have for today. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.